good, and we're confident about the rest of the season. And
good.
yeah, I'm enjoying the junior development role, and it's great to be involved with.
No, terrific, Phil. That's great. On Saturday, I was, and obviously I was quite biased in my view, in the sense that I saw several Colts players that represented the Southern Football League as being potential, stars in our competition, and a couple already have performed enormously with Kieran Knox at St Paul's, Jack Clawson at Dingley, just to name a couple, and obviously Josh Bennett at Heatherton's been enormous. A few others, Phil, that you saw that future champions in our league.
Yeah, I'll look at just a quick point on Kieran Knox. He only played one Colts game for the year, and unfortunately it was against Cheltenham, and he absolutely carved us to pieces in round one. Been in the seniors ever since. Jack Clawson, I want to mention Jack. Jack joined Dingley only recently, a few weeks ago, from Noble Park, and he's already an established senior player there at Dingley. He got an injury in the senior game the week before the interleague, and being a senior player, it would have been easy to say, well look, I'm off after 10 minutes, I've hurt my leg, I'll give this interleague a miss next week and regain my fitness for the following senior game. But to Jack's great credit, he came down to training Wednesday night, he trained, he made his own way up to the game in the car, and to see that attitude and commitment from a senior player who's still eligible for the Colts, I thought was just a wonderful example of the attitude of these young guys, and that was fantastic. But yeah, some of the other boys in the side, big Tim Ford from Dingley, who played up forward, who's a mountain of a man, bit of a character.
He's a character, Tim Ford.
He's a character. He kicked a few goals and did very well, that big strong body down forward. There's a young bloke from Cheltenham, the name of Ashley Wood. He did a bit of relief work in the ruck. He can jump 10 feet in the air, this bloke, and I really think he could become a very good footballer. Got to tidy up his kicking a little bit. Jake Semmel from Murrumbeena. He was a thorn in our side at Cheltenham last year in the Colts, and now he's an established senior player, so I'd say Jake's going to go on to big things, there's no question about that. And another young bloke at centre half forward, Phil Ball, big tall blonde haired bloke from Dingley.
Yes.
He got us off to a great start in the interleague game, and saw him kick 10 goals for Dingley in round one this year.
Can play.
And certainly play. And another fellow who I really enjoyed working with in the interleague was big Ryan Hart from Skye, the ruckman, another character.
Yeah.
I think he'd talk underwater, Ryan. Absolute sensation out on the training track with the voice and the enthusiasm and so on.
And Phil has one of the hardest handshakes of all time, that young lad. It really has. It's good to see.
He was great. Look, apart from that, Hisham Nadam on the wing and on ball, probably the best player I've seen in the Colts this year.
St Kilda City, Phil?
St Kilda City, they are very strong Colts side, St Kilda City, and it all goes well for St Kilda City seniors in the future with the quality of boys they've got coming through. In fact, my impression at the moment is they're probably just a little bit above the level of some of these other teams, and they're the ones to beat for sure in my book.
Great. Oh, thanks, Phil. I'm going to put you to work now. We've got a big round coming up this week, back into the home and away season, and it's going to be a pretty big round actually, because the first game is St Paul's East Bentley versus Mordialloc. Who do you fancy there, Phil?
Well, you'd have to go for St Paul's. I will say something about Mordialloc. They've been getting some decent whackings this year. But to see them down there when we played them in the last round, they got cleaned up by 28 goals or thereabouts. But the enthusiasm of those boys is fantastic, and the character they show to keep bouncing back and having a crack every week, really fantastic. And their club was genuinely thrilled after the game that they managed to kick 3 goals.
That's right.
Improve on where they were the week before. And like they had a couple of very young boys, 15 or so in the side. And that's just great to see. They've got to get better, and they're building their numbers, which was fantastic.
Indeed.
So good to see.
Yep. Second game, Phil, Hampton versus Cheltenham.
Oh, I'd have to go for Cheltenham in that one.
I thought you might go for Cheltenham.
I'd be accused of being a little bit biased, but the boys are playing well, they're improving. Hampton also, judging by the scores, is improving.
That's right.
And doing quite well, so it should be a good game down there. We had some very good tussles with Hampton last year down there, pretty spirited.
Very spirited.
So we're looking forward to to playing them on the weekend.
Good to hear. St Kilda City hosts Chelsea Heights and triple header at the Peanut Farm, everyone. So those that want to get down to the Peanut Farm, you'll get to see 3 games. Colts start around about 9:40, the reserves and then the seniors. And seniors is going to be a ripping game, as is this game as well, Phil.
Well, I definitely have to go for St Kilda City there. If they get all their good players available on the one day, they're going to be pretty awesome and hard to beat, I would think.
Sure. Murrumbeena versus Hyde at the Beena Arena.
I'd have to go for Murrumbeena in that one as well.
Yep, sure. And the final game, and probably the match of the round in the Colts, is Dingley versus Skye.
Yeah, that's an interesting one. That should be a very good game. A bit hard to know which way to jump with that one. I might stick with Dingley just because of the home ground advantage.
Sure.
It wouldn't surprise me at all to see Paul O'Toole get the boys up over the line, because there's some great footballers down there from Skye.
Yeah, they play with a lot of spirit, don't they?
They do. They do. Their attitude at training for the interleague was fantastic, the Skye boys.
Great. And Narry North Foxes have the bye, so that completes the round for this week.
It was great to see too Nathan Pullen from Narry North Foxes in the interleague side. He acquitted himself well, with great at training, and terrific to see a young bloke from one of the new clubs that's joined the league involved, so it was great.
It was good, yeah. Look, they're a new addition to our league this year, the Narry North Foxes at Colts level, and they're really acquitting themselves well. Magnificent facility out there, state-of-the-art facility, fantastic ground.
It's great, isn't it? Just terrific.
Beautiful. Well, that's about all for this week's Southern Show, and I'd just like to thank Phil Sparrow for coming along today, and look forward to seeing you all next week. Thank you.
Thanks, Wayne.